Hi, we are here with head football coach Pat Samanich of the New Albany Eagles. And thanks for joining us here on Game Day Broadcasting Sports Network, Coach Samanich. And we are about a week and a half into the start of preseason camp. And talk a little bit about what your thoughts are after about 7 days of practice, Coach Samanich.
Just got done talking with the team a little bit about that, Mike. They're in a grind. And for our sophomores, this is their real true first time going through two-a-days, and you can see it on their faces. And we talked to them about that. This is part of the process. And this is what actually builds that chemistry when you know that the guy next to you is feeling the same way. And our job every single day is to come out and make sure we're getting better and making sure we're getting our teammates better. We can't survive practices. Our first game against Reynoldsburg is right around the corner, and they are loaded with talent, and they're a very, very, very good football team that's well coached. And we got to be ready to make sure that we're knowing where we're going, and when we're going there, it's got to be fast, and it's got to be right now. And we can't emphasize that enough that we've got to continue to force the improvement.
Yeah, and as you talked about that grind of preseason practice and kind of gearing toward Reynoldsburg on August 26th, the last two seasons, as you know, have been what some people would deem classic games against Reynoldsburg, both the last 2 years double overtime thrillers. Kind of what's your thought processes in your approach as you kind of enter into what has turned into kind of a nice little rivalry with Reynoldsburg?
Sure. Coach White and his staff do a great job with the kids over there. They've got a great program. They're really taken off and are finding the little things that you see, the details, the fine details on film are really starting to show that separates good teams from good programs. And we're expecting another 4-quarter or 5-quarter, 6-quarter game against these guys. But we've got to, this year really finish on that last play. That's going to be our mantra, and finish in the fourth and finish that last play, and really push through and find a way to make the play. That we were a handful of plays last year that you can pinpoint to, which ultimately ended up making the difference between a 6-14 season and an 8-2 season and a playoff run. So our guys have been educated on it. They've seen it. Our goal and our job right now is to do that little bit extra to make sure that we're making those plays there at the end.
Yes, absolutely. And again, thanks for Coach Pat Samanich joining us on the GBSN Sports Network. And Coach, this year a little bit different OCC alignment, and with that came some different crossover games. We're, I know, taking on Gahanna Lincoln for the first time this season in program history, and also a little bit different look at some other programs that come into the OCC capital with Groveport and Canal Winchester and a few others. If you could talk a little bit about that preseason schedule and also kind of the new look OCC capital.
Yeah, our preseason, three of our first four are Division 1, Division 2 playoff teams. Hilliard Bradley is probably one of the hot up-and-coming teams in Central Ohio. So we have no choice but to strap it up quick and be ready to go. There's our playoff points are available for us. We've got to go earn them, plain and simple. They're not going to be handed to us. So we've got to make sure that we're getting after it and making sure we're getting better every day, because our first 4 games are front-loaded heavy. And then we get OCC football. It's going to be exciting to go to different places, play different teams. Canal Winchester, I guarantee you, is going to be much improved. Phil Moore does a great job down there. They're returning a lot of guys. Same with Big Walnut. My goodness, Big Walnut's going to be another physical football game. They got a very young team last year, and it was a physical ball game. And that's going to be one to really mark on your calendar. Obviously, Groveport's going to be athletic. Franklin Heights, what they do down there, they don't get enough credit for, and they're really on the up. So, it's going to be a fun season. It's refreshing because it's new, and we're excited about OCC football here in the capital, and obviously our first four games getting into it.
Yes, absolutely. And Coach, final question here on GBSN Sports Network. Last year, kind of looking at the stats, the defense really improved over 2014 by a touchdown a game in terms of how many points they gave up. As you kind of go into this season, do you look at that as kind of the key to getting off to a good start, good defensive football? And if so, what are the keys to getting off to a good start?
Sure, absolutely. Bubba Kidwell and the defensive staff did a great job last year. Our guys just getting better and better each week. And I think we've kind of picked up from that point right now in camp. Guys are confident, especially on the back end. They're flying around. Linebackers are flying around. We got new guys up front, but they're working their tails off. Coach Yarborough's really sharpening those guys up and really putting them through it. So I'm excited about our defense. I really love they're going after the football, flying around, and that's what great defense is all about. So we look a lot more confident in the back end. The guys have some experience with some new coverage that we put in last year, and they're just really playing. And so I'm excited about it. We've got high expectations there, and they're living up to them right now.
Great. Thanks again, Coach Samanich. We look forward to catching up with you as the season goes along.
Thanks, Mike.